Hey, Coach, I'll ask you about UCLA. I'll beat Andrew here, a Bruin alumnus. So pretty big test for you guys. I mean, talk about the doubleheader and having it on your home field.
Well, we're excited to be home, and it's always great to play UCLA. We've been friends with them forever, the coaching staff. So there's that. But they've got the most national championships in the history of the sport, and so they're the team that people set the bar up against. Washington won it last year, and it's Pac-10, and Pac-10 dominates. They've dominated. They've proven it. They're proven winners, and so anytime we get the opportunity to play them, then it's great. And if it's on our turf, then that's even better. It's always nice to have them come up and play here because I think it's good for the community to be able to see that level of competition, and hopefully we go out there and we compete with them and put our best game on the field so far this season.
And then after that, you got Arizona State, which won a national championship about 3 years ago or so. That's right. So I mean, another good test for you guys this year or this season. And I mean, where would you like to be coming out of these games against some elite Pac-10 teams?
Playing better. We talk about really just improving as the season progresses. We would like to get some wins. We would like to win them all, absolutely. But if we can continue to just improve both physically and mentally, they're going to be challenging all of the games. They're going to be demanding on us. The teams are going to come right at us. And so I think it's going to be a great test for us. I think we'll be ready, and we'll see. But hopefully we stay healthy throughout the week, and then we head into the Big West ready to go.
Yeah. And at 11-9, 20 games in, I mean, do you feel like your team is at where you want it to be at, or still a little bit behind the curve, or ahead, or where would you gauge this team at 20 games in?
I think some people are at where we'd like them to be. Some people are actually further along than we had anticipated, and some people aren't. So with the young team that we have and the inexperience that we have, I think we've foreseen or haven't foreseen the road bumps along the way, and some have been bigger than others, and so we're starting to settle in. I think that defensively our lineup has finally shaken itself out, and then the more time that they get together, playing together, they're going to be more comfortable, and I think that that's going to help with the pitching staff as well. I think go 20 games in, and we still don't know necessarily defensively who's going to be playing where. It weighs on the pitching staff, and so I think it's kind of give and take, and at some point they're going to have to just trust each other that they're going to get it done. And I think that we saw that this weekend. I think we saw some big strides from some of our freshmen.
Hey, Coach. So conference starts, next weekend?
Yep.
When you put together the schedule, is this kind of like, well, we might as well play the best in order to be the best in conference? Is that kind of your logic in putting together a schedule like this with two big Pac-10 teams right before conference?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to see what's going to be out there in the postseason, and those teams traditionally are. And so that's where we need to gauge our game against. And then also, it definitely heading into the Big West, traditionally our RPI goes down. And it's all about RPI, and it doesn't matter what sport you're in. And so we need to play those teams that are top ranked, top 10, just for RPI points. To get some wins against them will be great. But we still have to competitively be out there, because what we don't want to do is head into the conference knowing that, and how it shakes out right now, it may be a one-bid conference. And so the winner will go automatically, but we'd like to put ourselves in a position that if we don't win it outright, that we still have an opportunity to make the postseason as an at-large bid. And so that's the game plan going into playing the top-ranked teams in the country.
Is there like a pep talk you give your team, especially with so many freshmen and sophomores, when you guys are going up against a team like UCLA with the most national championships in the sport? I mean, do you kind of just tell them just another team, so they don't get psyched out?
We talk about it all the time. It doesn't matter if it's the top team in the country or the worst team in the country. If we play our game and we focus on just doing the little things right, then we'll be successful. The game doesn't know who's in the other dugout. We just talk about the team in the other dugout, and it doesn't matter who they are, because We just focus on really the one pitch at a time and staying in the moment, and not getting overwhelmed by who, you know, the country perceives that team is. Then I think that we'll be okay. And I think our freshmen have done a good job at that at times, but we've been inconsistent. And with inexperienced teams, that's usually your biggest obstacle to overcome, is just, you know, the inconsistency. But we've already played UCLA, so we've already seen them, and we know what they have. And they, you know what, they do the same things that we do, and they warm up the same way that we do. And so I think that intimidation factor, I think that's a little bit gone, and I think our kids are excited to go out and play them.
Thanks, Coach.